How's it going, you guys? So in this video, I want to talk about the law of attraction and how to actually make it work for yourself reliably every single time. Okay, so I wrote a little snippet here in my notes so that I can really get this point across. So I'm going to read that snippet to you all real quick. And I'm telling you right now, okay, if you actually use this information and you apply it the way, just apply it, it will happen. It'll work for you, and you will start to see why the law of attraction is actually real and actually works all the time for every single person. The big problem is that people don't actually understand what the law of attraction is. They think if they just focus on what they want, and they really, really want something, that they'll always attract what they want. And it doesn't work that way. You don't use the law of attraction by wanting a specific person, and you say, oh, I really want my ex-girlfriend from 2009, and I'm going to think about her and I'm going to focus on her until she manifests in my reality. That's not how it happens. That's not what the law of attraction is about. It's not about manifesting something very, very specific, like that girl, the exact girl you want, or the exact, whatever. I mean, maybe that'll happen, but that's not a reliable way. And that's why it's easy to debunk that, because that's not how the law of attraction works. How the law of attraction actually works is you embody a vibration. I'm about to explain here in a bit from my note. And that vibration actually dictates what resonates with you as you walk through your daily life. It actually, that how you feel and what you think, and how you think about things and how you feel about those thoughts and what feelings those thoughts create is what's going to send out kind of like an aura around you, in which as you walk through life, other things start to attract that are in alignment with that overall vibration. So let me explain through my note. The universe works in mysterious ways. God works in mysterious ways is what they, same thing. It works the same way. The universe works in mysterious ways. The more you see the synchronicities in your moment-to-moment life, the more easily you'll see that the law of attraction is actually real. The more you see your day-to-day life correlating with your thoughts, emotions, and confirmation bias, the more you'll understand what the law of attraction really is, and the easier you'll be able to deliberately guide it and use it. People, places, and things come to you as you walk through life through your thoughts, emotions, and confirmation bias. Whether you think you can or you think you cannot, you are correct. I think that was a Henry Ford quote. I don't remember. You do not see the world the way the world is. You see the world the way you are. I think that was Coelho, from Coelho. I don't remember his name. But yeah, from The Alchemist. When you change the way you see things, the things you see start to change. Nothing is good or bad. Thinking makes it so. That's a Shakespeare quote. Your emotion is vibration. How you feel sends out to the universe like an aura. You can call that energy. Other people can feel that energy. Other objects and circumstances in your environment seem to resonate with the energy that you allow yourself to embody. So from a scientific perspective, of course, none of this shit's going to make sense, maybe. Unless, of course, your confirmation bias allows you to believe in the things like The Biology of Belief by Bruce Lipton, or Joe Dispenza, Dr. Joe Dispenza, and whatnot. But this is not meant to be a scientific explanation. This is meant from, I'm trying to explain how it seems to work when you get it to work for yourself. Because by the very nature of these principles, if you are an extreme skeptic like I have been for so long, which kept me from really fully embodying all this, then you're only gonna see skepticism in this. You're not gonna see it actually working for you. So it's not meant to be scientific. I'm trying to help other people kind of like perceive the magic. Like it really seems like magic when you get to work for yourself. So again, how you feel sends out like an aura, and you can call that aura energy or vibration. Emotion, energy, and vibration are all like the same thing. Whenever you listen to law of attraction, woo-woo nonsense or whatever, and people say vibration, that word vibration, it can mean emotion, it can mean energy, just general feeling, general aura. Look at it as a stench. Okay, like a stench, like an odor that sends off from your body. And that stench, some people are going to like that stench and want to sniff it more, and other people are going to be repelled by it. Okay, and that stench, that smell is created from how you feel. So if you feel good things, you could say, you're going to let off a good feeling stench. The only people that want to feel good are going to want to smell and sniff and be around. And you're going to continuously attract more good smelling objects or whatever, so you want to be around people that smell the same way. I don't know, but anyway. Okay, so other people can feel that energy, they can smell that stench, and other objects and circumstances also can resonate with that energy you allow yourself to embody. And the key word is, okay, so you allow yourself to embody these things. So a lot of people, they always feel like crap, you could say, because they've always experienced the same things and felt the same way for their entire life, and so they expect that to just be the way life is. They see nature rather than nurture in life. I've always been depressed, therefore I have clinical depression. It's something I'm going to live with the rest of my life. And then anyone who says that you can cure depression has never experienced depressive disorder like I have. Because clinical depression is biological, therefore it cannot be cured. No one can save me. I'm doomed for the rest of my life. That's just one example of how this works. And the reality is, you're allowing yourself to feel that way, allowing yourself to think that way. It is not nature. To a certain degree, it is. To a certain degree, it seems to be that way. Some people are dug in such a deep hole that they can't get themselves out of. But I, for sure, am one amazing example of how I started to slowly dig myself out of that hole until I'm on a steady stream of abundance and positivity. But that was very hard work. However deep you are in that vibrational hole of scarcity and negativity, like let's say someone's on the verge of suicide and all this, or someone's just caught up in a life of crime, like you're going to have to try harder and harder because it's a matter of momentum. So momentum, think about the principle of momentum, research it. If you got a lot of momentum that's just carrying you faster and faster down in negativity, the more momentum you have towards negativity, the more effort it's going to take to change that momentum towards optimism and positivity. And the another key thing, so look up momentum. That's very important to understand why some people just, no matter what, always experience negative things, and it's so hard for them to come out of. It's all about momentum, how they've always been, creating what they've always gotten. If you do what you've always done, you'll get what you've always got. Amazing quote. And so you've got to change that momentum towards the other direction. So you start to attract. Key word is attract. People, places, and things in alignment with the feelings you embody. Okay, you start to attract the people, places, and you start to attract people and places and things that are in alignment with the vibration or the feeling you embody. Emotion and thought are the same thing as vibration as far as attracting. Okay. But they both work in synergy. You can't just think positive thoughts. Have you ever noticed, like, a lot of people mention, oh, I think positive things, but I feel like I'm faking. And I feel worse when I'm thinking things. Well, the big thing is how you feel more so than your thoughts, I found. For example, you know, I've had situations where I'm laughing and having a time with my mom at the grocery store, and I'm saying fuck. Like, we're at the cheese section one time, and I'm like, oh, I fucking love cheese. Next thing you know, some old crazy guy, and with like you know, he's crippled or whatever, and God bless his soul, right? I feel for him, but he freaked out at me for, you know, from across the store, because me and my mom were talking about cheese, and I said I fucking love cheese. He's like, "You're dropping F-bombs? Excuse me, sir, did you say the F word?" And I didn't even know he existed. I'm like, yeah, Mom, it's so funny. He's like, excuse me, stop ignoring me. And I'm like, whoa, what the heck? He's like, don't say the F word around me. I'm like, dude, who are you? Where'd you come from? What are you talking about? You know, and so the point is, you know, like, it's not the word fuck that is creating negativity in that situation. It's how the person's thinking about it. I'm saying I fucking love cheese. I'm expressing love and appreciation. He's thinking fuck like it's a bad word. My mom and dad used to beat me when I would say that word. So is it the word fuck, or is it how you feel? And also how you think about it, but it's the feelings that the word generates. Okay? So, you know, I mean, that's just, you know, so just take what it is. I don't want to get too deep into that, okay? But thoughts are not the be-all, end-all. And that, again, if you're focusing on money, right? Like the movie The Secret talks about, like, oh, if you want something just, you know, really, really bad, you will manifest it. It's vibrational law, they say. Well, it's not so much wanting that gets you what you want. It's how you feel about what it is that you want that will attract it. Okay? So if you're feeling scarcity, if you're feeling poverty, if you're feeling desperation, you're only going to attract a lot more. There's a lot of guys who would hit up some of my female friends, and they want them so bad, and they try, and they're filling up their inbox. But my female friends are just like annoyed by it. And they actually start to repel the female because they want them so bad. So it's not so much the wanting that creates it, right? How many people have you heard, like, well, I want $1 million, you know, and I wouldn't want to win the lottery forever, but am I a millionaire yet? You know, but if you listen to these people and their dominant vibrations on a regular basis, you will hear scarcity, poverty, desperation. You'll hear feelings of like, why me? You know, I'm a victim type of thing. Okay? So wanting and thinking about something doesn't actually attract it. Okay, but it's part of it though. The law of attraction is always working whether you realize it or not. A lot of times the bad things in your life may actually be working out towards bringing you the greater good of what you want. Remember, the law of attraction works in mysterious ways. Okay? So a lot of times, you know, like, you may actually be manifesting your desire in reality, but it's looking like you're losing your job, you know, your relationship's ending. That could be a blessing in disguise, but it's just right now it's the universe shifting things around to make room for your manifestation. That's very powerful when you think about it. Because again, this goes back to all these people that think, you know, oh, well, I have this, you know, I've been trying to use the law of attraction for years, and it doesn't happen, it doesn't work, and it might just be because, you know, you're like mining for gold, and you stop right before that gold you hit the gold, and it's right on the other side of that inch of rock left that you have to mine. And you stop before you even hit it. And in the universe, like, you know, it's infinitely infinite. Like, you don't have a clue what the future holds. And when you're using the law of attraction, all sorts of crazy things start to manifest out. Like, the future starts to, like, map itself out in some bumpy ass way where you get your desire and you're like, dude, I never would have expected in a million years for it to actually manifest and play out that way. Like, the way that your desires manifest and play out in the future, a lot of times is like the weirdest, most like craziest thing, and it will look like you lost your job, you lost your tooth, you know, you had a health problem. Like the road to your manifestation is going to look weird because you don't manifest things exactly how you think, and you can't manifest like exactly what you want. Like you sort of can, but it doesn't play out that way. It's not based on I'm visualizing this exact thing that I want, this exact girl who I was dating before, blah blah blah. It's not like that. It's like I feel good, and therefore I'm you know, attracting more good things based on how I'm feeling in general. More generally good things based on my general vibration. Rather than I'm thinking about this specific thing and I want this specific thing, I'm going to create this specific thing. Like that's not how it works, and that's why people don't experience it. But when you start to use the law of attraction the way I'm talking about it, it plays out. And the really craziest thing is that a lot of these religious principles actually are literally the same exact thing. It's just that they're wrapped up in this like religious paradigm, and they're using different words and different figures and things. If you have faith in God, you know, God works in mysterious ways, and you pray to God, and you have faith in your prayer and whatnot, and you just let God work His magic, then it works. Then God will give you the things or whatever. Like it literally is the same thing. It works the same way. But remember, there's not just because you're Christian doesn't mean that you're a good person. Just because you believe in God, or you say you believe in God, even doesn't mean you actually believe in God. God doesn't mean that God's helping you. It's not your belief in God or your belief in the law of attraction. It's, you know, understanding these core principles I'm talking about. So here we go. There's parallels, right? If you have faith in the law of attraction, and you have faith that the universe is working for you and not against you, if you have faith that the law of attraction is bringing you things you want, that the universe is bringing you what you want. If you maintain awareness that the law of attraction is bringing you your vibrational resonance always, then you will constantly see the synchronicities in your day-to-day life. Research synchronicities to really understand and see how you create reality. Okay, look up synchronicities and listen to different people's explanation of it. Synchronicities, when you think about something, but usually with a really light, subtle energy, then you forget about it, it happens the next day. So a really good one that people always experience, and then they just chalk it up to coincidences, like, oh no, there's no magical explanation for this, is when you think about a friend that you haven't seen in years, and then you can't even explain how the fuck this happens, but they call you randomly. And you're like, dude, I don't have you on my social media. I don't have any ties to you anymore. I forgot, you know, I didn't even know you knew I existed. And I just thought of you yesterday, and now you call me. And you're like, how the fuck did that happen? Like, when you start to buy into these principles, you'll see more and more of these situations. And this is exactly what synchronicity is. It's like, oh, I'm thinking about a band, like the band Behemoth or something, and I just forget about it. I'm like, oh, I'd love to see Behemoth again. Next thing you know, some person from your past randomly shows up and offers you and says they bought Behemoth tickets and they have an extra one. Do you want to go with them? Like, that's happened to me millions of times. That's synchronicity. That's the law of attraction, and that is how manifestations happen. And that is actually an example of manifesting a specific thing. But that's so much harder to do, to manifest specific, but it happens, and it's synchronicities. And synchronicities is what you want to look for about that, but that's hard, because you have to let go. You have to think about exactly what you want, the way you want it to happen and everything, but then you just forget about it. But the forgetting is the hard part, and that's why it's better to follow these principles and let those synchronicities happen over time. And you'll get better at manifesting synchronicities. And then you can deliberately do it later on. But yeah, so synchronicities. That's how the movie The Secret is trying to portray everything the law of attraction. But it's very hard to do. It's better not to even rely too much on that. So the more that you think of something and are aware that the law of attraction brings you situations based on your vibration and resonance, the more you'll actually see those synchronicities and those things that you think about in your life on a day-to-day basis. The big thing is being aware that the law of attraction is always working for everyone, whether anyone realizes it or not. And by constantly reminding yourself the universe brings you the things that you're resonating with based on your vibrations, your thoughts, and your emotions, brings you more things in alignment with your resonance, the more you will see the law of attraction working in your reality. Through synchronicities and through your circumstances correlating with your thoughts and emotions. So it's all about seeing your your thoughts and your emotions, and being aware of how you're feeling, being aware of how you're thinking, being aware of your current vibrational alignment, or your vortex, as Esther Hicks talks about. Being aware of that, and then being aware that things are manifesting, and then seeing the correlations every single day. That doesn't happen if you're distracted by Facebook, distracted by social media, if you're at the checkout line at the grocery store and you're distracting yourself, if you're in the waiting room at the doctor's office distracting yourself, if your free time you're on YouTube and all this nonsense. This happens by mindfulness, practicing mindfulness. Look that up. Look all these things up, these keywords I'm talking about. Mindfulness, relaxing, feeling your thoughts, feeling your emotions, and just being aware and seeking awareness and seeking the correlations. So anyway, this, whether you want to believe it or not, is I've seen time and time again without fail that this is what it all is. This is how it works, is what it all is. And the more that you use it, the more it will work in your favor. But the reason why most people don't see it is because, first of all, they're thinking about the law of attraction from The Secret, and that is doomed to fail because it relies too much on attachment to the outcome. This is letting go of the outcome and trusting that the universe is working for you. Okay? You're not thinking about, oh, I want this lottery and I want to win the lottery, I want $1 million, and every day you're like, oh, I want the $1 million, I am a millionaire, using those affirmations. No, this is everything happens for the greater good. The universe is bringing me my desire. I'm doing great things. Everything happens for a reason. It's having faith that everything's okay and just letting go, versus I am a millionaire, I want $1 million, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Okay, so leave your question and comments down below. Let me know if you want more videos like this. Let me know if this helped you, because then I'll definitely make more videos about this. Love you guys. Talk till next time.